inactive, and that stuff was like 800,000 years ago. I mean, it's forever ago. Do we really need to keep up with all of these things? And those were kind of like the priests and the Levites. And now on the flip side, you had the tribe of Judah. So remember, you had two tribes that survived Israel. One was Levi, and the other was Judah. And the Judah, they were more of the Pharisees. You guys have heard this term, the Pharisees. They compromising towards God's law and his word. They're like, if God's word said it, we're going to do it. Okay, and then also, they were very conservative reformers. They were constantly going to the priests and the Levites. And they're like, hey, stroke. Now, you hear about other people that, John is going to mention. You've got the tax collectors and prostitutes. They would be, to the priests and Levites, would not be with them, but they were closer to the tax collectors and prostitutes because these guys had just given up on God's word. They don't care about God's word. We're going full pagan. And then on the Pharisee side, you had the zealots. They were like, the Pharisees are just chumps. They don't do God's word enough. I mean, like they would live in caves, and they were very aesthetic in the sense they were like very like Spartan in their lives, aesthetic in the sense they were like very like Spartan in their lifestyle, and they were planning every day to overthrow Rome. Classic right wing, left wing. Same things yesterday, today, tomorrow, but probably that stuff never changes, all right? And so you've got just some crazy people mixed in here. But the priests and Levites and the Pharisees made up the Sanhedrin, all right? That was 71 people that eventually would decide that Jesus should die for the nation. You guys remember that? And so they at least would get together collectively. They kind of, I know you've been waiting for me. Let the party begin, right? Like that is, a lot of guys were claiming to be a Messiah of some sort. And so they're like, hey, are you him? And they're like, nope, not him. And then they ask, are you Elijah? Now, that would prophesy, and his clothing, because he was a rough dude, was just camel's hair. I mean, like nobody, like even 2,000 years ago, with a belt. Not only that, he would eat locusts and raw honey. I mean, he was like very organic living in a time that was very organic, okay? Like, so he's like next level organic living. And his dad was a priest, but he kind of, all the Pharisees loved him. So like he kind of united the clans. Everybody loved John the Baptist. He came from the family of priests, but he lived out in the wilderness. And so when they said like, hey, by the angel Gabriel, that your son, John, will come in the